You know, the science of medicine can feel like it's straight out of the future, but so often, the paperwork feels like it's stuck in the distant past. Today, we're diving into the digital revolution that's happening behind the scenes, turning all that administrative chaos into streamlined, clear, effective care. And we're going to see how this shift isn't just about making things easier, it's actually paving the way for the real future of medicine. Just think about it for a second. Your last trip to a clinic or a hospital, the medical tech was probably amazing, right? But how did you book that appointment? How many different times did you have to write your own name and birthday on a clipboard? It's weird. For all its incredible advances, the whole administrative side of medicine can feel like a time capsule. It's a frustration we've all felt, and it's the exact problem we're going to unpack today. So, before we can appreciate the solution, we really need to diagnose the problem. And when you get right down to it, it's a paper problem. It's all the friction that comes from an old-school analog system trying its best to function in a digital world. It all starts with the most basic thing, your medical file. In a paper-based system, that folder is a real physical object. And, physical things can get misplaced, they can get misfiled, or they can just get stuck in transit between two departments. And that's not just annoying. A missing note about an allergy or a test result that shows up late can have really serious consequences for a patient's safety. And, oh, the dreaded clipboard. Who can forget the clipboard? You write down all your info for the receptionist, then you do it again for the nurse, and maybe, just maybe, a third time for the specialist. It is a massive waste of time for absolutely everyone involved, and it just opens the door for human error every single time that information is copied over. And finally, there's just trying to book the appointment in the first place. It's this frustrating dance of phone calls and hold music and trying to find a time that works. It leads to double bookings, long waits, and it wastes the valuable time of doctors and staff. This is the chaos that a modern digital system is built to fix. Okay, so if paper is the problem, what's the fix? Well, it's about moving from all those scattered files and binders and clipboards to one single digital command center. One place where all the information lives, perfectly organized and instantly accessible to the entire hospital. The whole journey into this new, streamlined world starts with something that looks incredibly simple, but is actually revolutionary: a single login screen. Instead of a dozen different programs, a dozen different passwords, every single staff member, from the person at the front desk to the surgeon in the operating room, enters through one secure gateway into one unified system. And once they're inside, this is what they see. This is the hospital's new mission control. At a single glance, an administrator can see the day's appointments, how many patients are in the building, which doctors are available, the whole shebang. This isn't just a dashboard, it's the end of guesswork. It replaces all those frantic phone calls with clear, real-time data. So, how does this actually make things run more smoothly day to day? Let's take a quick tour of the core pieces that make it all click together. The whole system is basically built from these interconnected modules. You've got the main dashboard we just saw, a dedicated section for appointments, a digital filing cabinet for every single patient, tools to manage doctors, staff, even entire departments. Each piece is a specialized tool, but the magic is that they all work together seamlessly. For instance, let's say we click on appointments. All of a sudden, that scheduling nightmare we talked about is just gone. Instead, you have this clean, clear view of the entire day's schedule. You can filter by doctor, check on an appointment status, or add a new one in just a few seconds. This is how you get rid of double bookings and cut down those long wait times. Or what about when a doctor needs a patient's history, like right now? Instead of calling down to the records room and waiting for someone to track down a folder, they just click on the patient's module and bam, the entire file is right there. Allergies, prescriptions, notes from past visits. This isn't just about being convenient. It's about getting medical professionals the right information at the exact moment they need it most. Now, getting this organized is a massive step forward. It's huge, but it's also the launchpad for something even more transformative. All of this clean, structured data, well, that's the fuel for the real future of medicine: artificial intelligence. So, what do we even mean by AI in healthcare? To put it simply, it's about training computers to analyze these massive amounts of medical data that we've now so carefully digitized. The goal is to let the computer find patterns and make predictions that can help doctors make better, faster, more informed decisions. Okay, at this point, you might be looking at these screens and asking a really fair question. You're thinking, okay, I see a really well-organized database, a great calendar, but you haven't actually shown me any AI. So where is it? And that right there is the most important point about how AI works in the real world. You can't just sprinkle some AI onto a messy, chaotic system and expect magic to happen. You first have to digitize everything, and then you have to organize it. A system like the one we've been looking at is step one and step two. It's the essential foundation. It's what creates the clean, reliable data that AI needs to learn from. Everything else is built on top of this. And once that foundation is in place, wow, the possibilities are just incredible. Imagine AI algorithms scanning patient data to predict the risk of a disease before symptoms even show up, or helping to create treatment plans that are personalized right down to an individual's unique genetic code. This kind of tech could even optimize how the entire hospital runs, from scheduling surgeries to managing bed availability. And that really brings us to the key takeaway here. The next great leap forward in healthcare might not be a fancy new surgical robot or some kind of miracle drug. It might just be the less glamorous, but absolutely essential, work of getting the data right. Because turning that paper-filled doctor's office into a sleek digital command center isn't just about being more efficient today. It's about unlocking a smarter, more predictive, and more personalized future for all of us tomorrow.